Hello friends, happy Tuesday. It's time for another episode of Tuesday Live at 5. This is Lena Gersa. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Cambridge, Ontario, Canada. And today I am all about the adorable Bird's Eye View stamp set from the Stampin' Up! 2023-2024 annual catalog. Now, this is a stamp set that I picked up during the stamp sale last month, and I finally got around to inking it up. And oh my goodness, it is so cute and so much fun. I am making cards for all kinds of occasions, and I'm going to show you 3 today, including a cute little fun fold, as well as a few additional projects to inspire your creativity. So let me see who is here. See if I can pull up my video here on my iPad and see who is watching, if anyone. We shall see. There it is. All right. Hi, Laura. It looks like it's just you and me today. That's okay. I can see there are a few other people watching, but no one else has let me know they're here. So if you're here, give me a hello. Let me know that you are watching. And we're going to get some stamping in a few minutes. Hi, Joyce. Oh, you're going to join the replay. That's no problem at all. That's what replays are for. So just while I have you here, and I'll remind you again at the end, next week I will not be live. I'm actually leaving very, very early tomorrow morning for Las Vegas. So I have to be at the airport at 6:30 a.m. And I'm flying to Las Vegas for Backstage, which is a Stampin' Up! Leadership Conference. And I'm super excited. There's about 750 leaders from all around the world gathering in Vegas for our 2.5-day conference. And I'm excited to grow as a leader, grow as a business person, experience some personal growth. There's going to be all kinds of fantastic training that I'm really looking forward to. And then afterwards, I have a friend flying down, and we're going to do some sightseeing. We're going to do the Grand Canyon and the Hoover Dam and do a little bit of the sort of Vegas experience. So super excited about that. So next week on Tuesday, I will actually be on a plane at 5, flying back from Vegas. So I will not be live next week. The following week is launch week. It is when the holiday mini goes live. And so I'm holding my live launch party, but not on Tuesday at 5. The mini goes live on Wednesday. So I will be live during prime time on Wednesday, September 6th at 7 p.m. Eastern time. So you can join me for my live launch party. Lots of fun, lots of inspiration, tons of projects to share with you. So mark that in your calendars. Don't forget, I will not be live next week. I will be posting from Vegas and sharing some of my adventures with you, but I will not be live next week. So you can find me after this week, you can find me next Wednesday, September 5th at 7 Eastern time. Okay? All right. I see a few more have joined us. Hi, Susan. Hi, Sonia. Thank you so much for sharing. All right. Let's flip the camera and get to some stamping. Here we go. We'll do the old flipperoo. There we go. All right. Deb, you made it. Woohoo! Good to see you. All right. So here is the adorable Bird's Eye View stamp set in the annual catalog. It's on page 48. It's only $28. It is a bargain. So many possibilities with this adorable set. I'm going to share 3 with you today and show you a couple other projects at the end. So let's get to it. This stamp set is an image-only stamp set, which makes it super versatile because you can pick from any sentiment stamps that you have to create cards for all occasions. Love that. So let's get to it. First card I made, we're gonna make today is this one. I actually made this to give to my son on the first day of school, which is coming up on September 5th for him. And I always make him a first day of school, good luck, have a great year card. And so this is going to be this year. So it says good luck, and then on the inside, not that you need it, because he's a pretty good student. But let me show you how to put this cute card together. So to start, I have a piece of delightfully eclectic designer paper. So this was cut to 4 by 5¼ inches. And then I used the spiral bound notebook die from the Gorgeously Made dies. Okay, and I cut just along the left edge. Now, if you'll notice, the paper, the DSP actually has this sort of petal pink stripe in it, but that didn't work with my color scheme. So I actually turned my petal pink stripe into a Poppy Parade one. So I'm just going to take the bullet tip of my Poppy Parade blends, and I'm going to line up my ruler here, and we're just going to turn those pink lines into red ones because it'll work much better with my color scheme. So there we go. There is our instant color scheme change for our little notebook page. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and glue that onto our card base. So this is 4 1/4 by 11 inches, scored in the middle at 5 1/2. So we're gonna go ahead and fold that along our score line. Oh yes, an awesome stamp for book club, for any book lover really, Deb. This is a great set. I love the little birds with the glasses and the books and the monocle, and just so much fun. All right. I just realized, yeah, I'm good. For a minute there, I thought I had cut my card in the wrong orientation, but I did not. We are okay. You'll have to excuse me if I seem a little scattered and distracted. I'm trying to remember what I need to pack. I'm trying to finish swaps. I'm like just kind of all over the place today. All right, so we are going to stamp our books. Just going to get my blends out of the way here for a sec. And we're going to start by stamping our books in some Memento Black. So I'm going to move my card base out of the way here. Hi, Mary. Welcome. Glad you caught me live. So this rectangle is die cut using the Radiating Stitches dies. Those are an online exclusive die pack. Lots of variety in that set. In case you have missed it, it's kind of easy to miss the online exclusives because if you don't tend to shop in the online store, it's easy to miss those. So these are really great little set of dies that give you lots of possibilities. All right, so there's my little birdie. I'm going to add his glasses in a few minutes. But for now, we're going to do some coloring. So let's start by coloring our bird. So I have my Lemon Lolly and Balmy Blue. I almost called it Bashful Blue. How's that for a throwback? Woo! Did I tell you I'm a little scattered today? So we're going to start by coloring the wing of our bird in the light Balmy Blue, and I'm also going to do the tail and up the belly, kind of sort of along, sort of parallel to the top of the wing there. So I'm not being super careful here. I'm just laying down a little bit of color. And then I'm going to come in with my dark Balmy Blue and add some shadow under the wing, along the tail. And then I'm going to come back and blend that out. So there are several ways to use your Stampin' Blends. I tend to always, most of the time, 90% of the time, I lay down a layer of light before adding my dark. That's simply because I find it easier to blend if I do that. There are many others who just prefer to go right ahead with the dark first and then add the light. It's really just a matter of personal preference. All right, so I am now laying down a little bit of light Lemon Lolly. And again, I'm going to come in with a bit of the dark sort of around the top of the head. And then again, blend that out with my light. And you can see right where the colors overlap there, you get a little hint of green, which is kind of neat. And then the beak, I'm just going to add a little smidge of light pumpkin pie. So there is our cute little birdie. We're going to let that ink dry before we add the glasses. But for now, we're going to color our books. So for the books, I'm using Light and Dark Poppy Parade and Light and Dark Misty Moonlight. Okay. Yeah, your pre-order priority was Christmas. I totally get it, Mary. We have to prioritize, don't we? It's too easy to spend too much money in a hurry. All right, I think I may be using the wrong color here, but that's okay. Our books can be any color we like. So I'm using the light Misty Moonlight. I think I actually used boho blue on my books. So I'm going to grab my dark boho blue as well. So we're just going to kind of reverse our color palette here a little bit, which doesn't really matter. Books can be any color, right? So I'm using the dark boho blue on the cover, and I used light Misty Moonlight on the spine. So the light Misty Moonlight and boho blue are two colors that work really, really well together. So if you are looking for colors to pair, that is a good complementary combo. So now I'm coming in with some Poppy Parade, coloring the spine on that book, and then I'm going to, that's my dark Poppy Parade, and then I'm going to use my dark Lemon Lolly as well. My Lemon Lolly is getting, I've used it a ton. It's getting a little bit worn out. And then again, I'm going to add a little bit of red of the Poppy Parade on the spine of the bottom book. There we go. And I'm going to do a little bit of boho blue as well. I like the primary colors for back to school cards. That's the teacher in me. I never have taught primary, but I do like my primary colors. All right, so there we go. For the pages, I'm actually going to color them with a little bit of ivory. So this is from the Bronze and Ivory pack. I want them to look a little bit weathered. So there we go. There is our book. Now let's stamp our cute little glasses on our bird. So this set actually comes with two sets of glasses. We have the round and we have some horn-rimmed glasses. I love the round ones. I think they're just adorable. All right, so now we are going to assemble our cards. So we're going to go ahead and layer our die cut rectangle on a basic black rectangle that is cut to 2 3/4 by 4 1/8. And that is going to give us just a narrow little border all the way around. Hi, Krista, welcome. Glad you could make it. Let's just pop that on there. We'll get that centered. There we go. All right, so now I have here a little pencil that I have already stamped and fussy cut and colored. It is from the Thanks for Everything stamp set and works perfectly for a first day of school card. So we're gonna actually add our little pencil sort of in the bottom corner here. My glue is running out. It does not want to come out today. So we're going to add that just sort of down in the corner like that. And then we're going to glue our focal image on top. And actually, if I remember correctly, I actually cut the pencil to make it longer, which I did not do just now. But if you're thinking the pencil on my sample looks bigger than the one on my project that I'm making right now, you would be right. It's only because I cut it in half and hid the join behind my rectangle here, but that's okay. We can still see the pencil. It still looks like a pencil. There we go. All right, now our sentiment is actually from the Charming Sentiments, or yes, Charming Sentiments stamp set and Sentiment Silhouettes dies. So I've stamped and die cut the sentiment and then also did a plain black one to give a little bit of a shadow effect. So I'm going to go ahead and add, I'm going to grab a different glue because this one is driving me crazy. Let's use this one. This should be better. All right, so we're going to add just a little smidge of glue. And we're going to offset this just ever so slightly. And that's just going to give a bit of a shadow effect or a bit of a 3D kind of look. Just like that. Can you see that? Whoop, I just moved it. Can you see how that kind of gives a bit of a 3D effect? And then I'm actually going to use some black dimensionals. I know I don't use them very often, but the black dimensionals work quite nicely on this particular piece because it's backed with black paper. So we're going to just snip a half mini here and put that on there and then get rid of our backings. And we're going to pop this in the upper corner here, right about there. And then I have some little bitty die cut stars. So these are actually dies that are in the Sentiment Silhouettes dies. So they actually, this is not from another set. They actually come with the Sentiment. Sentiment Silhouettes actually has several sort of shape dies, as well as the ones that cut out the stamped sentiments. So it's kind of a useful little set. And I'm just going to add a little smidge of liquid glue to my outlined star here. Pop that on, and there we go. Isn't that cute? Super cute, cute, cute back to school card. Or you could give this, I don't know, maybe you have a child whose teachers will need luck dealing with them. I know sometimes I have parents that when I meet them on Parents' Night will say, well, have a great year, good luck. Let me know if there's anything I can do for you. So this may be a good card to give to that teacher as well. So as I said, on the inside, I added a coordinating sentiment, not that you need it, and some more stamped and colored books. So there we go. Fun, cute little card there. Moving on to number 2. So this one has some sneak peeks from the new mini catalog. So I wanted to show just how versatile this stamp set is, and I've done a cute little Christmas card here. So I want to show you a couple of new products that are going to be coming very soon, September 6th to be exact. The first one is the Snowflake Sky embossing folder. Now I'm going to pull out the actual embossed cardstock so you can see the effect. Looks like this. So if you remember an embossing folder that we had a few years ago called Softly Falling, this is very similar, but we also have snowflakes in here as well. So it's called Snowflake Sky. So that is our background. And we are going to go ahead and layer some of our One Horse Open Sleigh DSP. So this is a 2 by 5 1/4 inch piece. And this real red cardstock is 2 1/8 by 5 1/4. So we're going to layer those to start. So we'll just add a little bit of glue there and pop that on. So it's going to be flush on either end and just have a narrow little border top and bottom. Just like that. And then that is going to get glued onto our embossed background, which is also 4 by 5 1/4 inches. So that's going to get glued on about 3/4 of an inch up from the bottom. So we'll go ahead and layer that on here. So about 3/4 of an inch. Use your grid paper. It is your friend. It helps you get things straight. At least it does me. I have a hard time getting things straight without it. And then we are going to add some new ribbon. Actually, before we do, let me glue on my deckled circle. So speaking of new products, let me show you these new dies. Look at this phenomenal set of dies. These are the new deckled circle dies. There are 14 circles in this set. The largest one has a diameter of 6 inches. 6, yes, 6 inches. This die set won't actually fit into the empty stamp cases that I usually keep my dies in. So it has its very own card and is going to live in a special spot in my studio because it does not fit into my regular storage. So that is a huge set of dies. As I said, 14 from 6 inches all the way down to 1 inch. Okay, so a phenomenal set of dies. So I have a pool party circle that I have cut using those deckled circle dies. So I'm going to add a little bit of glue to the back of that and stick it onto my card. Yes, the ribbon. Speaking of, Deb, I'm glad you mentioned it. This is another new product that's coming in the new mini catalog. This is our silver and white ribbon. It is a ½ inch wide. Yep, ½ inch. And it is super sheer and soft, and it's just so yummy. I love this ribbon. So we're going to go ahead and add this across the front of our card here. I'm going to put a little bit of seal on either side where it's going to wrap around the back. So there's one. And let's just make sure that is stuck down. And a little bit more. Oh, my seal is almost done. It's never good when you see that little red end of roll marker. Can you see the red there? That's not going to last long. We're going to be replacing our seal very shortly. All right, so I've got my ribbon on. We're going to go ahead and adhere that to a pool party card base, 5.5 by 8.5, scored in the middle at 4 1/4. So we're going to go ahead and fold that in half along our score line. And then I'm going to add, whoops, I need a little more seal on here. We'll see how well it lasts. All right, let's try. See if we can make it all. Nope, we did not. We are out of seal. All right, let's do a quick replacement. Now let me just show you how to correctly replace your seal. Or refill, I should say, your seal. So the first thing you want to do is get rid of any little glue boogers that build up on the opening of your case. You're going to rip open your refill package. And this is where you want to be careful, okay? Do not touch the adhesive, okay? Avoid touching the adhesive. And you just want to set this onto your case where the little pins are here. So just line that up and set it on. What am I doing? There we go. And then put your lid on. You don't want to touch the roller at all, because what can happen is you can cause it to feed back on itself, and then you'll end up with a malfunctioning seal and be very frustrated. All right, so there we go. Let's pop this onto our card base. Just like that. Okay. And then we are going to add our cute little bird. Now I've already stamped and colored him, just in the interest of time, but I am going to do a little bit of stamping of a couple of snowflakes here. So I actually used some snowflakes that are from a new stamp set called Berry Christmas, Berry Cute, Berry something. It's got polar bears. It's super cute. You will see that in my live launch party coming up September 6th. But for now, we're just going to use some snowflakes. There is a large and a small, so I'm stamping them in Pool Party ink, but stamped off once so that they're nice and faint, because I don't want to distract from my sweet little bird here. So there is my focal image. So we're going to go ahead and pop him up on the front of our card with some dimensionals. Hi, Laura. Welcome. Krista, these dies are awesome. I don't think I've ever had a die set that had that many dies, like of the same shape, that nesting sort of look. 14 is a lot. I can't wait to try making shaped cards, like circle-shaped cards with that 6-inch die. All right, so there we go. There is our focal image. Now I have a cute little label here. These are actually cut using yet another new product called Autumn Leaves. So it has this cute little label in it, and we are going to use this Warm Wishes sentiment, which is from the same stamp set as those cute little snowflakes. So we're going to ink this up in some basic gray ink and go ahead and stamp that centered on our little label. And then I'm going to add just one more little snowflake on my sentiment. So again, we'll ink that up, stamp off, just add a little snowflake in the corner. And then that is going to go on. It's going to overlap our circle a little bit, but it's also going to get popped where it does not overlap. So a couple of dimensionals here, a little bit of seal on the other end where it's going to overlap our circle. And we're going to pop that on. Just like that. So cute. And then the last couple of touches, we're going to tie a bow with this fabulous ribbon. Now this ties beautifully. It makes really nice tight knots and really cute full bows. So if I pull this nice and tight and then adjust my loops to the size that I want, you can see what a cute little bow that makes. These are great ribbon. So I'm going to notch my ends, so just fold it in half and then cut on an angle in towards the knots, and that gives me a nice even V in my tails. There we go. So that is going to get stuck on right where the circle and the ribbon meet as soon as I find my glue dots. There they are. So I'm going to add just a little bit of a glue dot here and pop that on. As I said, right where the circle and the ribbon meet. And then we're going to add a couple of our adhesive backed snowflakes. These are another online exclusive item. So when you are shopping, do not forget to check out the online store. There are so many products that are only available in my online store. They're not in any catalog, and you don't want to miss out on all of these fabulous products. So I've added my snowflakes, and then the last touch, because I wanted to pull in a little bit more of that pop of silver, is to add one little silver festive pearl to the center of each snowflake. And that just sort of reinforces that little hint of silver that's in the ribbon. And there we go. Super quick and cute. I should mention I did stamp my bird, or sorry, my bird is stamped in basic gray and colored in Pool Party and Real Red. The branch is in Smoky Slate, in case you are wanting to recreate that. Now on the inside of my sample, I just stamped a Merry Christmas and then some more snowflakes. But super cute, easy peasy little Christmas card. Moving on, time for a little fun fold. So I posted this one earlier today. I love, love, love this little family of birds here. And I love this fun fold. It's one that is super easy and uses very little cardstock. It's quite lightweight. It's not even a full card base. It's really just a quarter of a sheet of cardstock. So let me show you how this comes together. The snowflake stamps are from the Polar Bear set. Let me just quick look at it. I can't remember the name. It's called Berry Cute from the new mini catalog. That's where the snowflakes are from. All right, so let's get to some stamping. Now I've already done a lot ahead of time, just again in the interest of time. But I'm going to show you how we put together this adorable card. So I started with my 4 by 5 1/4 inch piece of basic white cardstock. I stamped the leaves from the stamp set in Granny Apple Green ink, and then I colored them using light lemon lime twist. Okay, now we're going to stamp our congratulations on this piece right across the middle, because we want it to be hidden by our flap when we close it. So we're just going to stamp that in some basic gray ink. This congratulations stamp is also from the Charming Sentiments stamp set. And then we are going to work on our little closure flap. So I've got 2 pieces of Glorious Gingham DSP. This is the lemon lime twist. They're cut to 3 by 4 inches, and then I've scored, you can see more easily on the back side, at 1 inch. So 3 by 4, I've scored at 1 inch on both pieces. Okay, can you see that? All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is fold that flap, that 1 inch, along that 1 inch score line. And that is going to give us our piece, our tab to glue that onto the back of our white piece. Okay, so that is folded over. Then I'm going to take these 2 corners and fold them in so that they meet. So I'm going to fold this one in, and I want my this edge to run along that fold, that score line. Okay, so I'm folding that one in, and then same thing on this side. We want to get a nice, neat and tidy point so that those line up and we have it looking nice and neat from the inside as well. Okay, so that is one. Once you've got those folded, fold this flap over again and give it a burnish just to make sure that that is going to operate as intended. Okay, so we're gonna do the same thing with this one. So again, fold along that 1 inch score line. And then again, I'm going to bring the side down so that it is flush with my score line and burnish that. And then same thing on the other side, nice and neat. The big thing is you want to make sure you don't go over that score line. Otherwise, you'll have a hard time closing your card. Now that was not good. That was not a neat, very straight fold. Let's clean that up a little bit. There we go. That's better. Okay, and then again, I'm going to fold this over. Whoops, see? I came too far down, and it's interfering with my card closing. There we go. That's a little bit not pretty. All right, let's see if we can clean this up a little bit. Try that again. And we're going to, if this is a little bit wider than 4 inches. No, it's not. I just apparently can't fold straight today. There we go. Let's see if we can get that looking a little bit better. All right, so now we have our 2 tabs. We're gonna go ahead and glue these down. So I can put a little bit of glue on each of these little flaps and fold it inwards. So 1 and 2, and then same thing on this one. A little bit of glue, fold them in. Okay, and then these are going, each one is going to get glued along the left and right edges of our white piece. Okay, so they're going to go like that. So I'm going to put some glue on this flap, and then I'm going to go ahead and close it as I'm gluing. Why? To make sure that I don't have my flap on too far to the point where it's interfering with the closure of the card. Okay, so that is going to work there. Same thing on the other end. A little bit of glue. Oh, thank you, Susan. That is very helpful. Thank you for posting those product names and numbers. Yes, the One Horse Open Sleigh DSP and the adhesive back snowflakes. And then we also have our Radiating Stitches dies, which are also an online exclusive. All right. Hi, Julie. We will catch you when we catch you. All right. So there we go. We have our sort of closure piece done. Now we're going to go ahead and glue that onto our backing. Before we do, we're going to add a little bit of ribbon. This is Lemon Lolly sheer ribbon. It comes in a 3-pack with Bubble Bath and Azure Afternoon as well. So I'm going to glue this basically just in from the point. This end, raw end, is going to get covered, so I'm not really worried too much about what it looks like. And then it's going to wrap around the back and adhere to the back side. So we're going to go ahead and add a glue dot there and just run that around the back. Okay, so that's not pretty right now, but don't worry, it'll look much better when we're done. So now we're going to go ahead and add our glue to the back of our panel here. And we're going to adhere it to a 1/4 sheet of cardstock. So this piece of Lemon Lime Twist cardstock is 4 1/4 by 5.5 inches. And we are going to go ahead and center that on our cardstock panel. Okay. All right. Next, we have a label cut with what are they called? Nested Essentials dies. These are from the annual catalog. This is the largest die, cut from Lemon Lime Twist cardstock and then embossed using yet another online exclusive from the Basics 3D embossing folder set. So this is a crosshatch pattern. So that is going to go on like that. Now we're not gonna put that on just yet. We're actually going to adhere our little bird family. So I have stamped Daddy and Mommy, and we are going to add some glasses to Daddy as soon as I find my stamp. So I'm going to use Basic Gray. I, again, use Basic Gray to stamp my birds here and color them using Lemon Lime Twist and Lemon Lolly Stampin' Blends. And then we're gonna do our little baby bird, but first we're gonna go ahead and glue that onto our larger label. So we'll add a bit of glue to the back of this and hopefully get it centered. That's not quite centered. There we go. All right, now let's work on baby bird. So I have a little bit of scrap cardstock here. We are going to stamp our itty bitty baby in Basic Gray ink. And then we're going to color him, or her, I'm not sure which, using Dark Lemon Lolly and Light Lemon Lime Twist. So essentially the colors half Mommy and half Daddy, which I thought was rather appropriate. So we are going to add a little bit of green, a little bit of the Lemon Lime Twist to the wing, and a little bit along the belly here. And then the rest we are going to shade using our Dark Lemon Lolly. So I didn't do a whole lot of blending on this little guy. I figure he's just born. He's not going to have a whole lot of shading in his feathers yet, right? There we go. There's our sweet little bird. I'm going to give him a pumpkin pie beak. Just a little hint of orange there. And then we're going to fussy cut him out. Now these little birds are really easy to fussy cut. You do not have to be an expert fussy cutter to be able to cut these little guys. They are quite forgiving. I love this guy has a little bit of a mohawk here. Super cute. So we're just going to come around. Now, you do not have to cut around the feet. I tend to because I don't know, I'm a little uptight when it comes to fussy cutting, but you could just cut straight across and it would not matter. So we're just going to kind of come around, and there we go. There is our sweet little baby bird. So he's going to go on with a little dimensional. He's going to get popped up. So we will add one dimensional to the back of him, and he's just going to kind of be nestled in between mom and dad there. And then that is going to get glued onto our card. Now, this is an important step. I'm going to go ahead and open this flap because I want to make sure I only put glue on this end, okay? So I'm going to, well, no, I'm going to have to close this flap to get it centered. So I'm going to place this where it's going to go. I've got it flipped upside down. And then I'm going to go ahead and add some glue. So I'm putting glue where I need it to go, flip it back around, and then center it on the front of my card here. And the nice thing about the gingham is it gives you a little bit of a grid to get things nice and straight. Okay, and look at that, our card actually works. That's always good news. All right, so the last couple of touches is to stamp our sentiment. So I've used a couple of sentiments from the Welcome Home stamp set. So I'm going to stamp Hello in Lemon Lime Twist ink. So this little circle again is cut using the Radiating Stitches dies. So there's my Hello. And then little one is going to get stamped in Basic Gray. This is the teeniest, tiniest font. There we go. And then that is going to get popped up just in the upper corner of our card. So again, rather than putting dimensionals on the back of my circle, I'm going to put them where I know I want them, making sure that I'm not sticking my card shut. So we're going to pop that on right there. And then our last touch is a little bow using the same fabulous lemon lolly ribbon. So we'll tie a bow. Now this is quite sheer ribbon. You do want to make sure your knot is pulled quite tight with this ribbon because it will slide. It's very, very slippy. So we'll give this a little trim. And then pop this on. So it's going to go on sort of as though this is running right across. I didn't want to put ribbon right across because, well, it would have caused a problem opening and closing our card, wouldn't it? All right, so here we go. Add our little bow. And there we go. Cute little baby card for a new family. All right, let me pull in all of our projects from today, and then I'm going to show you a couple more that I did. So there's 1, 2, and 3. And then here are a couple more ideas with this stamp set. So this one I posted yesterday. Cute little hello card. Love this color palette. Bubble Bath and Pretty Peacock are a fabulous color combination. So there is that one. And this is, again, using that delightfully eclectic DSP pack. These letters are actually cut from a pattern in the DSP, which is awesome. Here is, this one is going to a friend of mine who is a teacher as well. And we are well aware that we're heading back into an interesting year this year. We are in a no contract situation, so it's going to be a little bit messy, I think. But we are also very aware that we have students that need us every day. So here she is with her little chickadees, and there's always that one who doesn't quite conform. So this is just my reminder to her that she makes a difference every day, and wishing her a good luck this school year. And then finally, this is just a hello card. This color palette makes me happy. Again, I used the Charming Sentiments dies and the Charming Sentiments stamp set and Sentiment Silhouette dies. That is a mouthful. That's what I used here. And then on the inside, I just added an extra little strip of the DSP here. Okay, so there are some ideas using the adorable Bird's Eye View stamp set. Hope you enjoyed these cards. And just a reminder, as I mentioned right off the top, will not be live next week because I will be on a plane on the way back from Las Vegas. So I'm headed to backstage with about 750 other demonstrators from around the world. And next Tuesday, I will be on a plane, literally. And then I will be doing my live launch party on Wednesday, September 6th. So that's the next time you'll find me live right here. Thanks so much for joining me this week. Have a great week, and I will see you on September 6th. Bye for now.